What I like to do though is I like to make an herbal syrup, and you do that by taking your decoction and adding the same weight and sweetener. So if you have a kitchen scale, you can actually measure the weight of your liquid, and then whatever that weight is, you add that amount of sugar or sweetener. I use honey to make my herbal syrups, and because honey is quite a bit sweeter than sugar, what I do is I use half the amount of honey. Instead of matching the weight, I will do half the weight in honey. And sometimes if I have some herbal honey that I made, for instance, let's say I made a rose petal honey or a violet honey, I will use that to sweeten my syrups. But often I will also just use plain good old-fashioned honey. I find it very soothing to the throat, so it's a nice thing to use for making herbal syrups. So once you've added your sweetener of choice by weight to your syrup, you can bring that liquid to a boil. And once it's brought to a boil, you can add either some brandy or some vodka to help stabilize the syrup. I like to add elderberry tincture if I have extra on hand, because it's, you know, a double whammy: elderberry tincture, elderberry syrup. Just makes sense. That helps stabilize the syrup. And then you have your sterilized bottle that you're going to be storing your syrup in. So you pour that liquid in nice and hot into the bottle, and then you refrigerate your syrup. And it should last about 4 months in the fridge. And I like to take maybe a teaspoon twice a day or a tablespoon once a day, just as an extra defense in cold and flu season. Also, it tastes delicious, so it's an easy thing to get kids to take. It's not super challenging to get the little ones to take elderberry syrup.